Your puzzle rating is so strong now. Even the ladies are impressed. But your blitz rating is still malnourished. Why? The answer is actually quite simple. Just like to survive, we need a lot of nutrients. Carbs, fats, protein, and most importantly, sugar. Lots of it. Sorry. Your chest strength also needs many such elements to get better. And puzzles is just one of them.
Check out these muscles.
In this video, I am going to help you learn all the other ones. The first such element is pawn structure. Nobody likes long lines, and pawns are not an exception. Pawns next to each other can support each other, and the further advanced they are, the more they can achieve in the game. But pawns in general have two purposes. One is to queen. That is very simple to understand, but the second one is pawn breaks. Pawn breaks open files and diagonals, thus allowing your pieces to enter the game. Thus, which pawn break to go for becomes an all-important skill for chess players.
Meanwhile, some other useless skills chess players have.
Here is a position for you. White has this chance to open two files with two separate pawn breaks. Which one should he go for? Usually we will go for the pawn break where our opponent cannot challenge us for the file. I know motivational speakers tell us to face our challenges head on, but they get paid to speak and we get paid to mate. And among these two files, we will not go for the E pawn break, we'll go for the A pawn break instead. If we open the A file, clearly the black king can quickly come up and control the entry squares and black can challenge us better. But if we open the A file, our rooks will basically go unchallenged and the black king cannot participate in this battle and white will gain the edge. Was this too difficult? Well, pawns are easy pieces to understand, but knights, these knights are super tricky. These breakdancing pieces have sympathy for no one. Knight to knight is your last knight.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Yes, one step. Yes, two step. What the? It is said that a knight on the 6th rank is as strong as a rook, and a knight showing up at your door is an invasion by the queen. A joke that would have killed in the 1900s, literally. But how can a knight reach its true potential? Let's look at an example. Here's a knight in front of you, and it really is not doing much in the position. So what would you do as white in this position? White uses the element from the previous example, pawn breaks, to break open in the center. Here only the E file can be opened up, and it uses that pawn break to get the knight into the game. And once the knight gets to d6, it basically dominates the black camp. Even though we just saw the knight's potential, most top players prefer bishops over knights. Why is that the case? Imagine an entire army headed out to attack you. They come by foot, by tanks, by jeeps, with all the ammunition in the world, and it looks rather bleak. However, just as they enter your city, you go to the airport, take a flight and leave for another country. This is the reason chess was basically invented. What would these bored armies do? Yeah, this one also left. We tried our best. Yeah, we came hustling through, but apparently he took a flight. So what do we do now? We can't fight him. I wish we could though. What if we just place all the army on a wooden piece of board and then act as if we are going for a war? Sounds fun? The bishop is a long-range piece. It can travel from one part of the board to the other in just one move. And that means it can support your own pawn and then quickly come back to stop your opponent's pawn. The knight does not have that luxury. In fact, there's a saying in Hindi, ek se bale do, which means two is better than one, and the bishops together dominate squares of both the colors on the chessboard and basically own the position. Look at this example. This is one of my own games. These bishops basically provide a turbocharged highway for the A pawn to simply run through, while the black pieces struggle to push their C pawn, and even when they do, the bishop comes back in one move and chops it off. All this effort for nothing. Everybody wants to queen their pawns, but what about the queen already there in your life? Do we value her? No. And I don't mean your girlfriend. I mean this poor thing. Look at this position. Here white usually just plays knight f3, develops his pieces. But if he's really listening to the heartbeat of his queen, he'll realize that because the knight is not on f6, there are more attacking chances. And the queen instead can go to the h5 square. And you can see how they are mating ideas. As a side note, what is it with girlfriends? They constantly seem to interrupt you when you're doing something important. Is it a universal thing? I mean, yes, honey. Yeah, we can go to the mall and buy a mug. The king is usually locked up in the corner for majority of the game. Let me out. But in the end game, when the queens are gone, it can slowly come out. I mean, who wouldn't turn into a beast if he was not nagged constantly?
What did you say?
I love you, honey. Exactly the same has happened in this position. Heads, white to play, and clearly the white pawns dominate the board. But how do you effectively push them? White first plays king f2, king e3, and slowly moves the king towards the center, and then the pawns basically push themselves. This would not have happened if the black queen was still dancing around. Moving one piece at a time is quite easy, but the coordination among your pieces, your army, is the ultimate goal. Imagine if you had every single chess piece on a good square, how would you ever lose a game of chess? It's literally impossible. I have 3 positions for you, all from the same game. Let's have a look at the first one. The story goes, Alexei Shirov was having breakfast with his friend in a hotel, and he told his friend, "Today, you are going to see something beautiful." His friend frantically looked left and right, expecting to see Anna Hathaway, but then Shirov told him, "Over the board, you idiot." And that's exactly what happened. Shirov, in this first position, played a crazy concept. He played the move g4. This was all opening preparation and changed opening theory in the semi-Slav forever. The idea is clearly to open the g file and launch an attack on the opponent king, even at the cost of your own king side. Now, as we see the moves, the pressure builds up on black, and that leads us to the second position. So what would you play here as white? White here piles on the pressure and leaves no hope for black, using his pieces. The coordination we talked about very, very effectively. Every single piece is perfectly placed, working towards a common goal to get to the opponent king. And that leads up to the third position, the final blow. How do you finish off your opponent here? With the next move, Shirov made his friend completely forget about Anna Hathaway until his opponent resigned. What a beautiful game by Alexei Shirov, one of the greatest attacking players of all time. You know, just solving all these puzzles, you've probably upgraded your rating by at least 50 points. But you know what's more impressive than 50? 100. Are you ready to be upgraded? Then listen carefully. Throughout your life, you felt you deserved more, but you were always denied. The Matrix has you, my friend, and I only offer the truth. Take the blue pill, go back to Wonderland, wake up wondering why your rating is not improving. Take the red pill, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Good choice. This one is paracetamol anyways. The chess matrix has led you to believe that chess is 99% tactics. Today is the day I open your eyes. Machines have gotten stronger. They want you to believe it's all tactics. They want you to believe that we can't fight them, but we can. Throughout my life, I have looked for the one. At first I thought it is Magnus Carlsen, but then I realized he's just a puppet of the machines. After years of research, I finally found the one, but the machines were super clever. They changed their own evaluations to the evaluations of the one, so that it seems as if he's cheating. Is he cheating? I don't know, I just met the guy. Look at this position in front of you. What do you think the one played here? He followed our principles. He activated his pieces. He launched an attack, coordinated the pieces well, until he defeated the puppet of the machines. They are trying their level best to put him down. And with this, he destroyed the puppet of the machines.
Mr. Anderson.
Save the one. Watch this video next to save him.